Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday morning. I'm meteorologist Leonard Josiah with a look at your daily weather update. But first, a look at your tropics. The Leeward Islands and islands further towards the south, we're right there. All the way out to Africa, the main development area is void of any significant areas for us to talk about. The most significant area for us to talk about is this hatched area. The National Hurricane Center suggests that there is a 40% chance that you'll see some tropical cyclone formation out of this area. Jamaica, Cuba, Hispaniola, and even Puerto Rico. These are the areas to watch. We're going to be paying closer attention to this. Why? Because even though it forms here, the forecast is for it to drag towards the northeast across these island territories. And it's likely to be a rainmaker. And we are going to be paying closer attention to it. The models have backed off of the development just a bit, but the trend continues to suggest, hey, it's something for us to worry about. It's something for us to watch about. All the way out to Africa, we're looking at the main development area. These clouds that we are seeing right here is a mixture of the intertropical convergence zone and a tropical wave. But this is hostile territory. All these winds that you're seeing, the clouds are fanning off towards the northeast, is indicative of what we call upper level shear. Definitely, this is hostile territory. We're not going to be forecasting any significant development. The islands of the Eastern Caribbean, the British Virgin Islands, the Leeward Islands and islands further towards the south, nothing close by for us to peer on in, but we're going to be paying closer attention to this particular spot right here. Nothing is right there, but we're seeing some clouds, yeah, but nothing in terms of tropical cyclone formation just yet. But the forecast is for it to spin itself up in the next couple of days and drag itself over towards the northeast. Again, this is a close-up view of the high visible imagery. Again, nothing is right here, but as we go on into the weekend, an upper level, a forecast low pressure area is forecast to develop someplace in this neck of the woods and drag itself towards the northeast. So the British Virgin Islands, the Leeward Islands, islands further towards the south, we are right here. These are the islands that should be paying closer attention to what can be a potential development of a tropical system. But for us today, the threat level indicator suggests that there's little or nothing for us to worry about in terms of our wind, rainfall, marine, heat, lightning, dust days. Hardly anything for us to talk about. It should be just a normal average day. But going on into the weekend, we are going to be paying closer attention to the development of what we call the flooding potential because of a significant rainfall activity that is likely to be in the region of the British Virgin Islands and to a lesser extent the Leeward Islands. Let's take you closer. This is the American Model 24-hour rainfall accumulation for Wednesday tomorrow, and we're looking at some rainfall developing in Puerto Rico, Hispaniola. We're going to be dry here in the Leeward Islands. Some passing showers over the southern area, but again, nothing much here in terms of rainfall for Wednesday. But then take you into Thursday. The rainfall shield begins to get a little bit more bluish, meaning that some development is taking place over the western half of the region. But for Puerto Rico and the British Virgin Islands, take a look at this particular area here. As we go on into Friday, then it becomes a little bit more bullish. And this here is definitely rainfall to generate flooding in the region of 3 to 6 inches of rainfall for Puerto Rico, the United States and British Virgin Islands. Anguilla is right on the fringe right there. Antigua and Barbuda, we are right here. And St. Kitts Nevis and Montserrat, we are right on the fringe. This in itself is something for us to watch in terms of the trend forecast. We are looking at the potential for the development of heavy rainfall and the flooding potential in terms of a 24-hour rainfall accumulation. If this particular area does develop and it drags a little bit more towards the east, then Antigua and Barbuda and the rest of the Leeward Islands can certainly come in for a drenching too. But for right now, the focal point is the British Virgin Islands. We are going to be keeping our eyes on the potential for development in terms of the flooding potential for those areas come the weekend. But for right now, you can go on out for today. Antigua and Barbuda, Montserrat and St. Kitts and Nevis, we are still looking at a high chance of a passing shower. Again, these particular showers for us today are not going to be necessarily heavy. Why? Because it's just because shallow moisture in association with a diffuse front. So Antigua and Barbuda, Montserrat and St. Kitts and Nevis, yeah, partly cloudy to cloudy skies, a 70% chance that you'll see some passing showers. Take a look at your temperatures. 33 for Antigua, Montserrat and St. Kitts and Nevis hovering between 31 and 32. That's 88 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're in Anguilla and the British Virgin Islands, again, they too will be seeing some passing showers. Again, these showers are not necessarily going to be too heavy, but they're going to be on the variably cloudy periods, a high chance of a passing shower. Take a look at your temperatures at 31 or 88 for both days. For Anguilla and the British Virgin Islands, this is your Tuesday's forecast, but as we get closer to the weekend, the chances of showers will ramp up, and with the heavier potential of rainfall comes the likelihood of of flooding in their neck of the woods. We're going to be keeping our eyes on that. Remember, if you're in Anguilla, the British Virgin Islands, the Leeward Islands, Antigua and Barbuda included, as we go on into the weekend, we really want to engage with you. So you can send your pics and your videos to abmsiwatch. Again, that's abmsiwatch at gmail.com. And again, this will help us to respond with timely watches or warnings in the event that these flooding potential does materialize. Again, send your pics to abmsiwatch at gmail.com. And we're your trusted weather source for your Leeward Islands and the British Virgin Islands on your Facebook, your YouTube, and your X. Give us a like or thumbs up. Share the page. If you're in Antigua and Barbuda, our hotline to call is 463-4638. The weather will always change, but you can keep weathering your weather in spite of the weather, whether you like it or not. Life continues. I'm Leonard Josiah, wishing you a safe and productive day.